Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. My electronics are kicking my butt today. I had about a 6-hour nightmare with my laptop. Finally called one of my buddies. He helped me get me on track to find a restore point. I couldn't even get to a search bar to even search in restore point. Anyway, I think I got that taken care of. Time to get to work on this platinum wagon. Got a lot of parts in on this platinum wagon. I'm going to start out by emptying this thing out, taking it for a test drive, probably going to do a compression test on it, and then get started opening these boxes of new parts and getting this stuff installed. As you can see, this wagon is loaded down. Let me go unlock the door so I can show you guys all the parts in here, or just kind of peek in through here. I got parts loaded in the front and man, loaded in through the back, all the way in including a sunroof. So I'm going to do a headliner on this thing, but I need to get another can of the headliner glue. Let me go ahead and empty this thing out. The oil level on this thing is right at the full mark. Man, look at that thing. Right at the full mark. And the PCV tube going into the top of the cylinder head is hard, but it's not rock hard. So it's been changed at one point. I don't know what kind of coolant this is in here. It looks like some red stuff, but the coolant bottle looks in great shape. Some reddish pink coolant. Not sure what that is. Probably going to drain that out and put my world famous Volvo coolant in there. Then I look back here and there's heater hoses going through the firewall junction. So this firewall junction has been rutted out. Not sure why. Looks like this clamp is loose on top of this turbo, but it's tight. And there's some oil sweating on that turbo tube, which is kind of normal. But let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned out a little bit so I can take it for a test drive. I don't want to test drive it with all of this stuff jammed in there. Here's a snapshot of the parts I purchased when I purchased this vehicle. The guy was in the process of restoring it. Just ran out of time, ran out of interest, had other things going on. So the first thing I got here is a cylinder head. It was checked and it appears to be good. Seems like somebody rebuilt this cylinder head before he pulled it from the car. The carbon's off of the valves and stuff like that. Kind of a treat. It's got cams in it. I got to see if those cams are turbo cams or NA cams. In this box here, I have timing belt parts, fuel filter, Aisin water pump. I have camshaft locking tool, a new temp sensor, new thermostat, all your belts, brake lines, the things to fix the gears for the odometer, 2 sets of those. I got all the light bulbs to change in the cluster. I have serpentine belt. I have the sway bar and end links. What do I have here? The timing belt rebounder, timing belt, PCV box, the suspension components when you rebuild your suspension, steering bellows for your steering rack. I got miscellaneous parts here, including the little plastic thing that goes in the pockets. That one was glued. The ones in the car are crushed, especially on the driver's door. I don't know if these are new or just emblems that are in decent shape. Got a power amp down here. Some screws. I got a blower motor. It appears that this blower motor is bad. Couple mass airflow sensor. The fan deal. Some light bulbs. Some miscellaneous stuff there. A couple of sun visors and sunroof thing. Oh yeah, I have a whole sunroof assembly over there. I got brand new springs, high quality, less jaw forms. I got front and rear IPD anti-sway bars. Coney FSD struts front and back. Now if you want probably the most comfortable ride possible with these P80 cars, get these Coney FSDs. They're the perfect cross between sporty and luxury. They frequency selective dampening technology, which basically means when the road is rough, they get softer. When the road is smooth, they stiffen up for performance. Front and back on that. I got a starter, an angle flange turbo. Is this an angle flange or a straight flange? I'm sorry, straight flange turbo. An AC compressor. Crap, that's putting dirt on the side of the car. It's got a cargo mat back here. It's got a subframe. I thought there was an oil pan back here. Oh, there we go. Got an oil pan. The oil pan that's on the car was repaired. It's got a manual gearbox shift kit. And it's got a tow bar assembly. It's got a new seat skin for the back of the passenger seat. Let me check what's in a couple of these other boxes. It's like the end of the wire harness for the P and P switch. Not sure why that's there. Crank sensor, cam sensor, a couple of crank sensors rather. Some more parts that may be related to manual swapping. It's got a turbo drain tube in here and a turbo coolant hose in there. Let's see what we got up there. Another power amp, some ABS modules, ABS braking controller, a couple of ECUs. Of course, these are the pedals and braces and switches for your pedals on the manual swap. And it's got an airbag controller there. See what we got in these two boxes up here. Some owner's manual stuff. Oh yeah, it's got the key for the rear hatch. The rear hatch was replaced and the key tumbler was not. So I got the key tumbler for that to match it up with the keys in the rest of this car. A couple of tools here. And what we got in this box here. Oh, that's the seat skin. And we got something on the floor down here. Oh, that door hadn't been open so long. That was weird. Let's take this out of here and see what else we got. Now, these are not the parts that the new owner purchased. These are parts that I have acquired while traveling out west out here. Shifter, boot, jack. Got a bunch of miscellaneous stuff here. Hardware for replacing things, TPS, vacuum hoses and stuff, and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff here. Bolt screws, head bolts, stuff like that. So we got a lot of stuff here. And we got the rubber floor mats, which is nice. Got a lot of stuff here to help rebuild a car. There's a cam sensor and things like that in there. Anyway, let me get a couple more things out of here, weight-wise. I want to get this transmission out of here and this subframe out of here. Then I'll take the car on the test drive. Maybe I'll take that tow hitch as well out of here. Take the car for a test drive, see how it feels, how it performs before I come back and tear it apart to rebuild it. About to go for a little ride. Oh man. Mirror switches are stuck over there, passenger side. There it goes. Man, this stuff sits too long and it gets stuck. Alright, so we're going to take it for a test drive. Engine's a little noisy. I can feel it moving. Probably got a bad mount or two. But let's take it for a ride and see how it is after that. And then we're going to read the mileage again, see if the mileage is actually counting in the cluster. Riding pretty good, but it feels a little bouncy, a little soft. Maybe the front struts are bad. I also need to air up the tires. I can hear the tires running a little low. But it feels like the steering wheel is heavy, like it's trying to return back to center post. As soon as I let it go, it snaps back, which is kind of a little bit different from what I can remember. I don't recall feeling these cars drive like this. My driver's seat is not moving back and forth in really any direction. I got it to move back about a ½ inch, couldn't get it to move forward. But let me turn around and go back to the shop. Strange thing, blower motor just kicked on. It seems to have speed control as well. That's weird. I don't feel anything coming out the front vents. I selected front vents is coming out somewhere else. I need to scan those codes and clear that. Maybe that'll help. Let me keep rolling here. Man, this thing is driving pretty strong. That boost kicks in pretty quick and pulls nice and strong. Watch how high that boost goes. Wow. This thing's driving nice and strong. With that much vacuum on it, I bet you this thing has really good PCV system. I'm gonna try to put a glove on it if I can find a glove in here. But yeah, man, this thing is running good and strong. Speedometer's not working, which tells me the odometer's probably not working either. That's a ABS module issue. I don't know why people let these ABS modules go so long and so bad. When I scanned it, it said the right front and the right rear sensors had no reading. Yeah, boy, climbing strong. Find another place to turn this thing around. Going through the redwood forest. Whoop whoop. Find a turnaround up here. They have these little areas of turn off where you let people go by you. Probably like right there. I'm gonna find a better spot to turn around. I don't want to fall off the road and be stuck somewhere. So we have a few lights out here. Let me cut off this flash so you can see them. We have a light out over here. Both of these lights are out, and that thing there. We got a light out here. I don't know if I got the bulb for that. The radio don't seem to have power. Need to check that. And I guess this shifter light bulb is out. Hopefully we ordered one of those. Oh man, let me cut this off. And it looks like this light is out here. I don't know why it always goes out on the right side and not the left side. No, it's lit. The whole thing's lit. Just a little dim with the light we got in here. Maybe a light out in here. Alright, let me cut this thing off and see if I could find some way to air up the tires. Change this ABS module, see if the mileage has changed, and go from there. Chose 850, then I chose electrical, then I chose Kobe 1. I'm gonna hit enter. Come on, stay up there. don't know why this thing don't want to focus for me. Crazy, stupid camera. Kobe 1. Program Kobe 1. Read. Enter. Please wait. Alright. Now it was 195, 737. Let's see what it is now. 195, 737. Alright, let me exit out of here. Cut this reader off. Cut this ignition off. See if we get an ABS light, because it looks like our ABS light and one other light may be out. I gotta figure out what that is next to the ABS light. Anybody want to guess? Maybe a light off down here too. Man, I don't know what it is. One of them's ABS. The other one is maybe low coolant. Low coolant lights out. That's not good. We got a couple lights over here, so we might need to replace some bulbs in this thing. One of our license plate bulb lights are out. I think the same bulbs that go in the instrument cluster also goes in there. So we're going to fire the car back up, check it for a head gasket leak, and check the PCV. I'm not sure why the tail lights are on and the headlights are off. Okay, we got a corner marker bulb out. The parking lights are on, but this bulb out here is off. Okay, let's fire this thing up, pop the hood, and check the PCV. Oh yeah, the engine has quieted down to a whisper. Awesome. It was a little clacky before when I first started it. Let's ease this thing off and see if we have any pressure in this bottle trying to push coolant out. Gotta take that thing off real slow. That is a sign of a head gasket that is not leaking. Wow. See what the PCV system looks like. Vacuum PCV system is good. And this thing, freaking car is awesome, man. Spark plugs are 9 years old. This car's got a lot of good on it. I have 4 ABS modules. So the first thing I'm gonna do is replace the ABS module and see if I can get this thing to start counting miles. Then after that, I'm going to replace the bulbs in the instrument cluster. I'm going to replace the odometer gear and stuff like that. Crazy enough, there may be a chance that the odometer gear is good. It's this ABS module that's causing the problem. So let me change this ABS module first and go from there. So this is the Frankenstein module I took out. I have no idea how somebody thought that was fixed. Anyway, I was able to get all the screws out. That's good. So I replaced it with the cleanest looking module I had, which hopefully means that module has been refurbished. So I'm going to put the air box back in, take this thing for a little drive. I got a couple of rotted away vacuum lines there. I'm surprised the turbo boosts so good. And while I was in here, I realized the turbo intake tube is loose. So somebody took that loose and didn't tighten that up. And there's a little different hose on the PCV, but you know, it tested fine. So anyway, let me drop this air box back in. The air filter was not bad. Somebody crimped it when they put it in. Got some air filter material bent up, but it's due to be replaced. But it's not bad. I've seen them a lot worse. So let's see what kind of date it's got on there. Made in China. But I don't see a date. So anyway, let me get this back in and test drive this car. Boy, I got issues with this ABS system and the tracks. When I read the codes, I got 6 codes. Got left rear wheel sensor, right rear wheel sensor. Now I got this EBD pressure switch signal and this pump motor error. It's got everything working on the cluster except the odometer. This is the 3rd ABS unit I've tried, and my mileage is not changing. I have the same mileage every time I test it. See, I go electrical. Kobe 1, establishing communication. We'll go to program. Kobe 1, then read Kobe 1. Then I get my mileage right here. I keep changing the module and driving 2 miles, and the mileage has not changed. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.